If you were born in the 90s, you've heard about the Hercules and Xena TV series. They were one of my favorite shows growing up. I suffered through those horrible sci-fi movies for the actors. I always wanted to review something from Herc and Xena on this series. Then I remembered there was one thing about the series that gets overlooked all the time, more so than the Young Hercules TV show, and that's the 1998 Hercules and Xena Battle for Mount Olympus animated movie. It was such a weird thing back then. The biggest draw for fans would be the whole crossover. Herc and Xena crossed between their series many times, but not all of them were big moments. In some episodes, it's a joke. Usually there would be one character or a small scene between them. We rarely got a big two-parter that starred everyone together. This movie, unfortunately, doesn't do it right either. Now, I'm not saying the movie's like worthless, but if you're going in for that team-up aspect, you're not going to be happy. Story fans who love the lore and Greek mythos, you get disappointed too because the plot unfortunately is out of continuity of the series, so everything they do in here doesn't really matter. Especially Alcmene, Herc's mom. In the series, she has a heart condition. In the animated movie, her health condition is known but is saved by Zeus by making her an immortal. As for the plot, since it's being an animated movie, it gives them a lot of leeway in making a big action adventure, especially for the time. The series didn't have a big budget, so lots of Greek stories were limited or restricted to season finales. The Titans are one of those villains that the series featured in a couple of episodes. They got a big moment during season 5. In the animated movie, they brought in 4 Titans, all with elemental powers: earth, water, fire, wind. They got freed by Hera, of course. Because Zeus is trying to save Alcmene's life, she wants revenge. The same endless crap between the two of them. So they pull out the show's annoying MacGuffin tool, the Chrono Stone. Don't ask how it got this big, I have no idea. Hera uses it to release the Titans. All the problems in the film happen because of, honestly, stupidity. Zeus and Alcmene didn't tell Herc about her health condition, so he's gonna automatically get mad at his father. How does this help anyone? I don't know. The quality of the animation, it's not top tier, it's okay. Has errors in places. A common one is when Herc is fighting, Sorbo's grunting, but the animation doesn't have his mouth move. There's this one guy where they make his arms go backwards. The dumbest goof, in one of the backgrounds, they put a power socket on a wall. I don't think plugs existed in 700 BC. The art style, I will complain about heavily. You can see they're trying to mimic the Superman animated series style. Straight lines, broad shoulders, that's fine. But no one looks like the actors. Gabrielle comes the closest, but she has a derpy face. Herc does not look like Kevin Sorbo at all. Ares looks like an old man. He has a gray beard and hair in half the scenes. And how do you get his costume wrong? It's just black. The principal cast is voicing their roles, including Ares and Aphrodite.
One of these days, Xena will come through for me.
There's no Joxer, but Ted Raimi is in the film. He's playing Circus, one of the Titans.
Hello.
Their dialogue is good. They feel like themselves. However, either all the actors were really tired from filming the shows and they had to do the voice work late, or the voice director didn't do a good job. Lots of times they're talking and they don't realize they're supposed to be in a fight, or when Herc is helping out his mom's farm, he's not grunting while he plows dirt.
Don't worry. When we're through, Mother will fix us one of her special...
They feel really out of place in scenes. The thing I hate the most, the story is fine. You need something big to involve Herc and Xena. But first, the movie is too short to give time to any of the actors. Second, the bad guys don't really get explained. We barely even get to hear their names. It's like Kick-Ass 2. Aeolus and Gabrielle suffered the most. I get it, they're sidekicks, but even Herc and Xena don't get to talk much. I don't get why they didn't give the movie more time, at least 10 more minutes. The movie isn't even long enough to air in a 2-hour TV slot. What blows my mind, they had the mindset of doing songs in the film like it was a Disney movie. There's 3 songs. The first one is there to explain the series to parents or new people, but it goes on for 4 minutes. The live action opening lasts a minute and does a better job. Why not copy the Herc and Xena openings, animate them, blend them together with the narrator? This is time wasted that could go to plot or character development. And to top it off, when you do a crossover, the best parts are when cast meets cast. Herc and Xena don't meet and team up until the last 20 minutes of the film. So there's 45 plus minutes of the two teams separated. There's a lot of negatives, but there's stuff that's good too. One thing I do like about Herc and Xena, they aren't afraid to make the heroes not be heroes sometimes. No matter how hard they try, how noble they are, they tend to fail. This happens a lot within Herc's family. Everyone's to blame in some fashion, and Herc did a big thing where he didn't stop the Titans when they first had escaped Tartarus. For that moment, he turned into Ares. That part of the story was good. The rest of it is just boring. The team up didn't work. Oh, I almost forgot one thing. The most important thing in an animation is to hear your actors, right?
Ares has tried everything.
Remember how Gabrielle and Aeolus don't get much to do? Well, they thought it was a funny idea to have 2/3 of the film where Gabrielle is turned into an eagle that can't speak. Then to really look stupid, later in the film, the Titans turn the other gods into animals that can speak.
I would if I could figure out how to get back up.
I don't care that it's two different magics. I want to hear Renee O'Connor. The villains are another big disappointment. I can't even say they're characters. You have the main Titan Porphyrion, who's basically DC's Swamp Thing, Mnemosyne, Tithys, and Circus. They are a part of the Titans, but their elemental powers were made up for the series, which ended up being reused with other Titan characters in the series. Mnemosyne's powers are completely different from the original mythology. She's made of fire in the movie, but she was originally the Titaness of Memory, which is honestly a better power. Erase the gods' memories? Oh, that's probably why they changed it. She'd be a walking plot hole. Tithys is the element of water. She doesn't directly have the power of water in mythology, but her children did. And the comic relief titan Circus, who has the power of wind. Just like Tithys, he didn't directly have the power of wind, but was a part of the gods who did. That's all you get. Porphyrion is just a generic bad guy. Circus is the idiot. Think Ed in Lion King. And the ladies, got nothing. All they have is their hate of the gods. They attack Mount Olympus that's magically next to Herc's mom's house for whatever reason. And that's pretty much it. If you're a serious fan of Herc and Xena, you want to watch it because you want to watch everything, but it's something that you can skip over and not be a big deal story-wise. It's more of a disappointment than a failure. Thanks for checking out the review. Subscribe if you want to see more, and if you remember a movie or show that's long been forgotten, good or bad, leave it as a suggestion below. I'm always on the lookout for obscured stuff.